What's good, everybody? It's your boy Eddie and welcome back to my channel, and we're just gonna get right into the video. So this sneaker that we have right here is none other than the Nike and Sacai Vaporwaffle in the black and gum colorway. So basically, getting into the details of the box, we have a completely orange box. So the Nike logo on top is orange, as well as the whole entire box. However, there are some vintage Nike logos right here. So if you can see, it says Ike, and then when you look on the other side, it actually says N. And what's really interesting about this is the fact that if you had two of these boxes, whichever side you would put it on, it would connect and it would spell out the whole Nike. So next we're gonna take a quick look at the sticker tag. And the sticker tag reads as Nike Vaporwaffle Sacai, and the colorway shown is black, off noir, and the suggested retail is $180. So now let's just open these babies up, man, and let's see what the hype is about. So we have some Sacai tissue paper right there, and then the sneakers are wrapped, and then we have these shoes right here, guys. And please let me know what you think about these in the comment section down below, because I'm about to give y'all my opinion on this shoe. I'm gonna be really honest with you guys. I do not like this model. I think the initial Sacai Waffle model is the best. It's an actual masterpiece from the Sacai and Nike collection. For me, I can't deal with the protruding heel, and that's just a design choice that they made, and I can't go against that. Obviously, that's the design that they chose for the sneaker. But personally, for me, I just don't like it. Like, I guess it's because I have smaller feet. So the fact that I already have small feet and then this kind of sticks out and makes it like look bigger, it's very weird to me. I think if you have bigger feet, it will look more natural. I really can't explain it. It just makes the shoe look bigger, but in a weird way. Like, it's just unnatural for me. I guess that's the best way to explain it. But I know a lot of you guys love this sneaker, and I was actually able to try these on with the Brazil. So this initially released in 2020, I believe, in December if I'm not mistaken, and it released with the original black and white colorway as well as the Brazil colorway. So I actually hit the Brazil colorway on sneakers, and that was when I was able to try them on, and I almost kept them because the colorway of the Brazil is really fire. But again, that protruding heel is just not for me. And you know, it's okay. Like, everybody likes different design choices, and just for me, it just doesn't work out. So again, I rank the initial Sacai Waffle to be the best model out of these two, and especially on that John Paul model, I just can't do it, man. It's just a weird shape, and it's just not for me. So that's just my opinion on it, guys. And now I'm focusing on the details. You can see that it's pretty much an evolution of the initial Sacai Waffle model, but there's more to it. So if you actually look at the bottom of the shoe, you can see that it's actually inspired by the Nike Cortez as well as the original Nike Waffle model. So that's pretty much the inspiration behind the shoe, which was similar to the original Waffle model, which is why both shoes have the Waffle name into it. So that's just a detail to note there. So instead of having the leather like the original Cortez model, it's actually made out of that mesh material for breathability, and then we have a lot of suede hits around the shoe as well as some leather hits as well. But again, where Sacai loses me at it with this model is adding that stacked midsole. And the more I look at it, the back heel actually looks similar to the Nike Pegasus and a lot of Nike running shoes, because now they have that protruding heel, but it's not stacked like this where it just doesn't make sense. But again, if you don't like that detail, that's fine. Everybody has their own fashion style. So now when we look at the toe box, you can see that we have a mesh toe box, and then when we look at the mud guard, you can see that it's surrounded by a suede mud guard. Then once we go into the eyelets, now we have our standard double lacing, which is standard to the Sacai's. So we have this kind of like curtain material lace, and then we have our standard black laces there as well. And then surrounding on the eyelets is this kind of nubuck material. It's not as nice as the suede on the mud guard, but you know, it is what it is on that. And then finally, when we go onto the top of the shoe, we have our double tongue tab, which is standard to all of the Sacai models. So we have our vintage Nike logo right there, and then on top of that logo we have our Nike Sacai logo right there, which is pretty clean. Then when we go into the lateral side of the shoe, you can see that we have all of that mesh paneling on the quarter panel as well as going all the way to the back of the shoe, but we also have a nice leather Nike check which surrounds that. And then other than the leather strip, we have another Nike check that is printed on, which is pretty dope right there. And when we go on to the back of the heel area, we have that protruding heel, which again is super annoying for me. Next, when we look at the heel tab area, we have a Nike Sacai logo, and it has an additional Nike check right there, which is pretty cool. Then once we go onto the medial side of the shoe, the same thing pretty much follows suit. So we have that leather Nike check, the mesh paneling all over, and then we also have the leather strip surrounding the heel area right there. Next, when focusing on the midsole, now we have that stacked midsole right there with that kind of similar Nike running shoe protruding heel, which I mentioned several times. Then we have another protruding heel, which is exactly like the Sacai Waffles. And then when looking at the outsole of the shoe, you can see that we have that kind of evolved Nike Cortez and Nike Waffle outsole and that kind of of gum material. And that pretty much concludes the outsole of the shoe. Next, we have a pair of extra laces, and they are in this black colorway. And these are pretty much some standard rope laces, nothing important right there. And then another detail that I want to add before I conclude the review is that it has this nice outsole that says Nike Sacai on it. That's pretty much going to conclude the review on these guys. There's not much more details that I need to add. I think I went over all of the history as well as the details of the shoe. So let's get right into this on full look, alright? Alright y'all, so that's going to conclude the overall review as well as the on full look, and I really hope that somebody out here really likes these Sacais. I'm pretty sure that there's a market for it, but for me personally, I cannot go with these. I definitely think that the OGs are legendary masterpieces, and this was a terrible follow-up in my opinion, as well as the John Pond Getier. I don't remember the naming convention of the other pair that kind of followed suit with this, and it was like that woven material. I wasn't a fan of that either, but the original waffles are amazing. Like, I would buy up all those pairs, the black and white pair, the white and black pair that's inverted, the all black pair, the all white pair, the wolf gray pair, the Sacai wolf gray pair, and just every colorway is pretty much dope for the waffles, man. And even with the dope colorways, like the Brazil is a dope colorway and makes this sneaker looks better. But again, I just can't get jiggy with the back heel area, man. Like, it's just weird to me. It just doesn't look right on my feet. I could style it, I could swag it however, but I still would just feel uncomfortable knowing that those things are on the back of my heels. Like, it's just so weird to me, guys. So other than that, y'all, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to share with your friends and your family. I've seen what you all been doing for my channel. Thank you for getting everything up. I appreciate y'all pushing the algorithms and getting my subscribers up. I am so grateful for y'all. And other than that, y'all, I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video. Peace.